I have been studying English for 5 years, and today I completely froze when a tourist asked me for simple directions. My brain just shut down.
That is because you do not speak English, Adam. You just memorize rules. Every single grammar book on your desk is a lie you tell yourself to feel productive. Throw them in the trash, right now.
What? No, I spent $50 on those. I need them to understand the rules. If I don't know the rules, I cannot speak.
You know the rules, Adam. You've studied them for years. And yet, when a native speaker asks you a simple question, you freeze. Your brain stops working.
Because I'm trying to find the right tense. I don't want to sound stupid, Hannah. I need to build a foundation first.
Your foundation is a prison. You're hiding behind textbooks because real conversation scares you. You think learning English is a math problem. It is not. It is survival.
Survival? It's just a language. I don't need to survive. I just need to pass an interview next month.
And you will fail that interview if you keep translating every single word in your head. You don't need to study English, Adam. You need to live in it, completely. No escape.
That is impossible. I live in my home country. Everyone speaks my native language. The signs are in my language. The TV is in my language. How can I live in English?
Pull out your phone. Look at it. What language is the screen?
It is my native language, obviously. It's easier to read my messages quickly.
Exactly. You want easy. Easy keeps you weak. Go to settings right now. Change the entire phone to English.
Wait, right now? But what if I need to find something fast? What if there's an emergency?
Then you will learn the English word for emergency very fast, won't you? This is called active immersion. You force your brain into a corner.
Hannah, it will take me 10 minutes just to find the alarm clock setting.
Good. Let it take 10 minutes. Let it be painful, because tomorrow it will take 5 minutes, and next week you won't even think about it. Your brain adapts to pain. It adapts to necessity.
But changing my phone language is not going to make me fluent. It's just a few buttons.
It's the first brick in the wall. You look at your phone 100 times a day. That's 100 times your brain gets a signal in your native language. You are feeding the wrong side of your brain. Cut the food supply.
Okay, fine. My phone is in English, but I still live in the real world. I have to talk to my family, my coworkers.
I am not telling you to ignore your family. I'm telling you to control the digital environment. When you search for how to cook eggs on YouTube, what language do you type it in?
My language, because the recipes are better.
Excuses. From this second forward, every single search on Google, YouTube, or social media must be in English. No exceptions.
But sometimes I don't know the right word to search for.
Then you search for the wrong word. You type how to make water hot for tea until you learn the word boil. You figure it out. You struggle.
It feels like I'm making my life so much harder for no reason. Everything will take double the time.
Do you want to be fluent, Adam, or do you want to be comfortable? You cannot have both. Choose right now.
I want to be fluent, but it's exhausting. When I watch movies at night, I just want to relax. I put on English movies, but I keep the subtitles in my language. That helps, right? I'm hearing the English.
That is the biggest lie in the language learning world. You are not hearing English. You are reading your native language. Your ears are turned off.
No, I promise I listen. I just use the text to catch the fast words.
Your brain is a lazy machine. If you give it an easy option, like reading a language it already knows, it will take it instantly. It completely ignores the English audio. You are wasting your time. Turn the subtitles off.
Turn them off? Hannah, I will understand maybe 20% of the movie. The actors mumble. They speak too fast.
Then understand 20%. Sit in the confusion. Let the noise wash over you.
That sounds like a terrible way to spend a Friday night. I won't even know what the story is about.
If you really cannot handle the silence, put the subtitles in English. Match the sound to the English word, but never, ever let your native language on that screen again.
English subtitles. Okay. That's still hard. When there's a word I don't know, I have to pause the movie, open my dictionary, and translate it to my language. It ruins the movie.
Why are you translating it to your language?
How else will I know what it means?
You use an English to English dictionary.
Are you crazy? If I don't know the word, how will reading a definition in English help me? I won't understand the definition either.
This is exactly why you are stuck at the intermediate level, Adam. You treat your native language like a crutch. You think apple equals your native word for apple. It doesn't. Apple equals the red fruit you eat. You have to connect the English word directly to the real world.
But when I read an English definition, there are 3 other words inside it that I don't know.
Then you look those up too. You fall down the rabbit hole. You stay inside the English bubble. Every time you translate back to your native language, you destroy the bubble. You reset your progress to 0.
It just takes so long. My brain physically hurts when I try to process everything in English for more than an hour. I get headaches.
The headache is weakness leaving the brain. It means the immersion is working. It means new neural pathways are being built. If it doesn't hurt, you aren't growing.
Okay, so I change my phone, I watch movies in English, I use an English dictionary. I'm taking in all this information, but I'm still not speaking. How does this help me talk?
Because input drives output. You cannot pour water out of an empty cup. But you're right, you need to activate it. You need the crazy person method.
The crazy person method? I don't like the sound of that.
When you're alone in your apartment doing the dishes, what are you thinking about?
I don't know, work, bills, what I'm going to eat.
In what language?
In my native language, obviously. It's my internal voice.
Change the voice right now. When you walk to the kitchen, I want you to say out loud, I am walking to the kitchen. I am opening the fridge. There is no milk. I need to buy milk.
Out loud? Alone? I'll look insane. What if my neighbors hear me?
Let them hear you. Who cares about your neighbors? Do your neighbors care about your English fluency? Will your neighbors pass your interview for you?
No, but I don't know if I'm making mistakes. If I talk to myself, no one is there to correct my grammar. I might be practicing the wrong way.
There you go again with the grammar. Adam, you are so afraid of making a mistake that you choose silence. Silence is the only real mistake. Fluency comes from flow, not from perfection.
But if I practice broken English, won't it become a bad habit?
You already have a bad habit. Your bad habit is freezing. Your bad habit is being quiet. I would rather you speak broken, fast, confident English than perfectly correct, slow, robotic English.
Okay, so I narrate my whole life. I'm putting on my shoes. I'm locking the door. It feels like I'm a child learning to speak.
You are a child learning to speak. Accept it. Leave your ego at the door. Children learn fast because they don't care if they look stupid. Adults fail because they want to look smart.
That actually makes sense. I do care too much about how I sound. I stop myself before the words even come out.
Because you have a middleman in your brain.
A middleman?
Yes, the translator. Someone asks you, how was your weekend? The middleman hears it in English. He translates it to your native language. Your brain thinks of an answer in your native language. The middleman translates it back to English. Then you speak.
Yes, that's exactly what happens. And it takes me 3 or 4 seconds to do all that. By the time I answer, the other person is already looking away. It's embarrassing.
The only way to fire the middleman is through active immersion. When your phone, your TV, your Google searches, and your internal thoughts are all in English, the middleman starves to death. He disappears.
Starve the middleman. I like that. But Hannah, what happens when I am tired? After a long day at work, I just want to consume content in my own language. I want comfort.
You can have comfort when you are dead. Right now, you are building a skill. You don't take days off from immersion. Do you think a person who drops into the middle of London can say, I am tired today, please speak to me in my native language?
No, they would have to figure it out anyway.
Exactly. You have to create London in your bedroom. You have to create New York in your car. When you drive, what plays on the radio?
Local music or the news in my language.
Delete it. Unsubscribe. Your car is now English territory. Put on an English podcast, a fast one, real conversations, not those slow, boring learning English tapes.
But real podcasts use slang. They use idioms I don't know. They make jokes I don't understand.
Stop complaining about not understanding. That is the point. You are training your ear to catch the rhythm of the language. You don't need to understand every word. You need to understand the music of English.
The music, so I just let it play in the background even if I am focusing on driving?
Yes, passive input is just as important as active input. Let the words wash over your brain while you do other things. Your subconscious is picking up patterns, tones, and structures without you realizing it.
It feels like I am trying to rewire my entire brain.
You are. You are building a new identity. The Adam who speaks your native language is comfortable, safe, and afraid of making mistakes. The Adam who speaks English must be bold, aggressive, and comfortable with chaos.
Comfortable with chaos. I hate chaos. I like order. That is why I bought the grammar books.
And I am telling you to throw them away. Stop studying English. Start living it. Tomorrow morning, what is the first thing you are going to do?
I'm going to look at my phone, and it will be in English.
And when you make breakfast?
I am going to say out loud, I am making eggs. I am burning the toast in English.
And when you don't know the word for spatula?
I will search for it on Google in English, and I will read the definition in an English dictionary.
Now you are finally waking up. It will be brutal for the first 2 weeks. You will feel exhausted. You will want to quit. You will want to switch Netflix back to your language. Don't.
I won't. I am tired of feeling stuck. I am tired of being an eternal intermediate learner. I want to break through.
The wall is right in front of you. Immersion is the hammer. Start swinging.
It is strange, but I actually feel excited. Scary, but exciting. It really is about changing who I am, not just what I know. I've been studying for years, but I've never actually immersed myself. I've always kept one foot in my comfort zone. It's time to jump completely in. Starve the middleman.
Good. Keep that energy when it gets difficult, because it will get difficult. You will be tested. But if you stick to the rules, your brain will adapt faster than you ever thought possible. Don't just watch videos about learning. Take action right now. Look at your phone settings.
I'm doing it right now. And for anyone else who feels exactly like I did today, struggling to find the right words, freezing up in conversations, maybe you need to read this conversation again. Print it out. See the words. It helps to review what we just talked about.
That's exactly right. Reading the transcript of natural conversations is how you lock in the patterns. You can see how real English flows without the robotic textbook structure. Use the transcript of our talk today. Highlight the lines. Practice speaking them out loud using the crazy person method. Make your mouth produce the sounds.
We are Adam and Hannah, reminding you to stop studying and start living the language. This is the English Mint Podcast.
Learn daily, speak fluently. Don't let your comfort zone destroy your potential.
If this episode finally pushed you to change your phone settings, make sure to hit subscribe. We'll be here to push you again in the next one. Keep going.